2023 has just passed and there's something we should talk about. My name is Ebolan. Welcome to second episode of Stories of Pixels and Codes. Actually, in last episode we talked about Stardew Valley. If you want to, you can go and see it. The game we want to talk about in this episode today is the best Independent Game Award winner of the Game Awards of 2023. Before that, I really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and ring the bells and like the video. Without any hesitation, let's dive to the video. Sea of Stars is a RPG turn-based game and also referred to old school Japanese RPGs with a pixel graphics. The game was developed by a Sabotage Studio, a Canadian independent game studio. Actually, as a matter of the size of the team just got bigger and bigger for the project of Sea of Stars and got 223 full-time developers for the game. Actually, about funding and budget and revenue of the project, the exact budget of the project is not actually available for public to see, but actually they got a Kickstarter and they got 1.6 million from a Kickstarter for this project, and actually by today it reached 6 million in revenue. Actually, it's estimated revenue. The game sold 250,000 copies in the first month, and actually that's insane.
Here are the nominees for Best Independent Game: Cocoon, Dave the Diver, Dredge, Sea of Stars, and Viewfinder. And the Game Award goes to...
But that's not how a story began. The story began back in 2016. Thierry and Martin officially created a studio at 2016.
Si un gars vient me voir et dit « Hey, moi j'aimerais ça faire un jeu de ninja à 8 bits avec toi puis on va être les meilleurs au monde », je pense que c'est un... Quand c'est Thierry qui le demande, je pense que ça vaut la peine d'écouter.
Actually, they get 100k bank loan, and the time was working on the project called Messenger in 2017. At 2017, Messenger wins the Gameplay Design and Music Award at Montreal Independent Game Festival. In 2018, the Messenger is officially announced with a trailer at the front page of the Polygon, which gets 40k views in the first few days. They created their very own first Discord server, and at those days, none of them would have guessed it grow to 16,000 member by the end of 2021. Some contract works and a few actually awards and events like Best of Mix Award at GDC in 2018. And finally they got a place to go. Actually, they got a place that they can call home, first home to Sabotage Studio. And finally, the Messenger got released. 2019 just passed, working on some DLCs and some events around the world. By the start of 2020, they just got a new place. And finally, at 2020, they launched a Kickstarter for Sea of Stars and crossed 130k of Canadian dollars by the first 7 hours and reached 1.6 million by the end of the Kickstarter event. But the money was not the only situation they were handling. It was actually 2020, and the COVID pandemic was hurting all kind of business around the globe, and they have to find out how they're going to work at in kind of a remote situation. 2020, their team finally gets together at some meeting. They're working on remote on Sea of Stars, and the situation was awkward. They had to do something more for the team. And actually, Theory and Phil distribute the Sabotage remote care packages in person to the team, and every developers wish to be in such a team. In the process of 7 years, they got to 23 people, friends and family, and finally Sea of Stars published in August 29, 23. And
Here are the nominees for Best Independent Game. And the Game Award goes to Sea of Stars. Congrats, Sabotage.
you know, when we look out, when we look from outside to the project, to the final project, maybe before Game Awards, some of us even didn't know that such a game or such a studio exists. But you know, when you see they're actually, you know, after 1 million step or after 1 million try, you see that, oh wow, how did they manage to create such a thing? How did they manage all the obstacles and actually the problems? How they manage all of that stuff to reach to the point? But when you go back and sit back and relax and read about them and read their stories, go to their blog posts, go to their website, actually sabotagestudio.com. They have the full story there. You can go and actually read in details. Actually, I was enjoying, and I have to cut some details because we don't want to have a 1 hour video. But actually, this is enjoyable for me to read the stories. I hope you enjoyed this too. But you know, the key point is, look how they manage their time after, you know, through 7 years or 8 years, they got from 2 to 23 people, and they have a successful business out there, and they will publish their next game and next games. You know, the hard part of indie game development is their start. You know, to find someone who think like you, who can actually work hard like you. You know, the creation of a team is actually, I think, the hardest part, and actually dedicating the time and your energy together as a team to one purpose and one goal. You know, and this creation of that foundation is so hard, and they did it well, and now they are actually just harvesting the crops after, you know, caring about 7 years for the seeds. And actually, I think the purpose of this series is, you know, get motivated and think deeply and in real life. Someone did that, and now you can do it actually in 2024. Actually, it's a new start. Create your own team. I wish the best for you. My name is Ebolan. I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell and like the video if you enjoyed that, and write the best thing you enjoyed from Sea of Stars and actually their Sabotage Game Studio. Write it down in the comments. Maybe we have a little chat in the comments. Thank you everyone. Ebolan here. Boost ve kalladun.